on, traveler, let's go! The world is full of lost ballads just waiting to be rediscovered. Sure, I'll play you another tune, but it'll cost you an apple. Come on, traveler, let's go! The world is full of lost ballads just waiting to be rediscovered.
Cek.
Don't be a killjoy! Just because let's calculate it. This first. Stabilize!
Witness the power of juga!
Unfortunate fault. That seemed to work. Solidify! Must counterattack! I will have order! The loneliness of death.
Easy peasy.
Let's get down to business.
No, my sword! Huh?
Finally, to the ferry. Picked the wrong Another test subject. Fry! Stabilize!
Let me weave you a verse.
The wrong test subject.
Let's get down to business.
Think you can get away?
Pindah-pindah gini. Selesaikan pertarungan dalam batas waktu. Siap.
Frostbite. Stabilize.
Rain outline fate. Know my soul.
Should be fun. Get out of our soul. My duty. Solidify. You can't
Time
run.
for takeoff.
Well, finished.
Body and mind.
Begitu doang.
Add Astra. Thank you for
Thank you for compute.
Add Astra.
Udah penuh.
This realm is
9. Oh. Ada 9, mantap. yang pir aing anjis. Tujuh 11 penut 11 ini 800 42 38 100 100 100 100 100 6 3 oh loh ini juga enggak bang, lagi males mau apa nge-grinding
If you ever have it,
grinding Genshin Impact.
silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy, hilly churl. Woo.
Silly chur, Billy chur, silly chur. Ada apa ya dong? 100. Mana.
Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy, hilly churl. Woo.
Oke, kita ke Sumeru. Kita ke Sumeru. Mana? Ini apa sih? Poin mana sih? Quest. Karavan ribat.
Silly churl, Billy churl, silly Billy, hilly churl. Woo.
Billy chur. Silly Billy, hilly chur. Silly chur, Billy chur, silly Billy, hilly chur. Dam, skididam. Dam. Oh, like ke pojokan. Mana ya? Oh. Mana? Sip. mati kan? Trik aing. Ini max kita pakai batu. Tiga puluh. Oke, ini boleh 10. Ini boleh 5. Dua. Ya. Max. Oke.
Take flight! By royal decree!
Ini. Ayan lah. Villager.
We finally made it to Caravan Reba. So, just oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this tall, it's gotta...
banget.
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Pesona ya.
Huh?
Over here.
Over here.
Oh, Haytham went that way! Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
Kucing. Kayaknya jangan.
We may leave at any time.
Butut deh. Ini lah aing.
For justice.
Kok Kiki. Nah.
Need my...
What the? Where did he go? How did we lose him?
More Aramite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time?
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago. There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the academia.
Biasanya yang aku dapat di akademia.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Al-Haytham. We never thought we'd run into you here. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the academia? Wait, don't tell Paimon that you're here to take a...
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the academia. However, had I wished to turn you over to the academia...
Oh, right. You do have a point.
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged... And these days, you're more fascinating. Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still invested. Everyone says the capsule which brings me back to you, and why you're so interesting. The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the Divine Knowledge Capsule right in front of you. And upon seeing him, you're... To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something.
Al-Haytham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices or remembers stuff like that.
So that's your answer. Well, but that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the Divine Knowledge Capsule. No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own.
That's right! We have the same plan as you! But we don't really have any...
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village.
Boleh juga.
It's the large...
It's always better to travel with someone you know.
Lebih baik
Let's go!
berpergian dengan seorang yang kamu kenal. Perselisihan berempat.
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place! Let's go check it out!
Cek. Tes. Yes. Cek.
Sino. Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
I'll hate them.
I'll hate
Do
them.
not think you can escape my...
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your action.
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me.
Apa sih ini?
Though styled like an assassination.
Seemed to me more like your... Yes. General Mahamatra Sino. Head of all the Matra...
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Al-Haytham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer.
Has Al-Haytham done something wrong? Paimon doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Al-Haytham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you...
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's scent.
Apaan tuh?
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
Apaan tuh? Ush. Ngamuk.
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert?
Padang pasir, gabut.
As far as I'm aware, the
Sino
other
gabut,
Matra have been
Anjay.
speculating about your disappearance.
Sedang berspekulasi tentang dirimu yang menghilang.
Have you been given a
Menghilang.
mission that's, let's say,
Mengasing-
morally dubious?
Mengasingkan diri. Katakanlah moralmu meragukan kebenarannya.
If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
Oke, ini misi dari para Sage.
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
Harusnya sudah tahu kamu yang susah diurus.
You two! Ugh, what you would do, Traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of them!
Yep, betul, Paimon.
Well, look at you
Yeah,
two,
yeah.
acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Dahnya di mana-mana muncul, anjay.
Wait, Dia?
Tiba-tiba di sini, tiba-tiba di sana.
Finally, someone that we can trust! You gotta help us out here, otherwise these two are gonna start fighting again!
Yeah, sure looks that way.
Kalian
Two giants from the Academia duking
dua
it
orang
out
penting
once
di
and for
Akademia
all.
bakal aku hantam.
Not something you get to
Bakal
see every
hantam.
day, that's for
Ya,
sure.
setiap hari loh, kamu bisa melihat hal ini.
Listen,
Momen langka
I know
ceritanya
you
ya.
academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues
Kau
over each
mengisi
other.
otak besar kalian dan moral yang sok benar dan menjaga aturan.
But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village?
Nah, betul.
It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some
Betul,
sense into
Sir.
your thick skulls until you finally learn to
Kepala
respect
batu.
these grounds.
Mereka berdua tidak mau terganggu oleh Dehya, mereka berdua.
Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
What's
Badai.
going on? The wind's so strong.
Badai,
Another
badai.
sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Sandstorm.
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly!
Masih ya?
Someone's calling for us. Oh, this.
That sounded like Candace.
Candice.
Come on, you two!
All right, stop yelling.
Masih dendam si Ciro. Masih dendam si Ciro. Enggak bang, Cino aja bukan Ciro.
Well, this is
Pengen ini,
pretty awkward.
Aing pengen ngejar si itu si Baizhu mer.
Hey, wanna play sardines with 3 people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure. The air is so thick and heavy.
Baizhu
I
nomor
can hardly
1.
keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone.
Mohon
This
maaf,
is the
ini
home
adalah
of our village chief.
kepala desa kami.
I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies
Vibe-nya
down.
kayak vibe Arab sama India gitu ya.
Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru village.
Enggak lah.
Our savior has come at last.
Nahida mah
Candace, the
kelihatan
name's
banget
Paimon.
pedofil Aing mir
Thank
nanti
you so
mir.
much for helping us.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Kan Baizhu karakter yang Aing tunggu-tunggu mir selama ini mir.
She's so gentle and caring.
Karakter ikemen.
Like a nice older sister. Unlike those
Gak
guys
kayak
over
mereka
there.
yang di sana.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand.
Perlu
As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect
bagi
my
penjaga
fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar. And now that you have set foot within our village itself,
Matanya keren
it is
jam.
all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you
Sebelah
pose
beda,
no
sebelah beda.
threat whatsoever to us.
Kayak
So
kucing.
please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another. And if anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time.
Oh,
Kalau
on second
dipikir-pikir,
thought, Paimon may have misjudged Candace's character.
And that goes for you too, Miss
iya, ternyata ini dia punya konflik
Do I
juga.
make my...
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have
Tadi
gotten a
sengaja
little too
jadi
involved
terlibat
just now.
sedikit.
Anyway, one of those
Terus
two should
mereka
probably
berdua
start
harus mulai
talking.
ngomong dulu.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
I have nothing to hide, so there's no
Aku tidak
shame in
malu untuk
explaining
menjelaskan
myself.
diriku sendiri.
While all Hatham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Mengasihkan
Exile
diri sendiri.
yourself?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request. But I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating
Hati-hati
evidence
dari mataku.
were carefully concealed from me. I began to
Matanya tajam.
realize that they
Saringan
were
loh
cautious
matanya.
of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk.
Menolaknya, dia bahkan berkata
Even the
padaku,
power of the General
"Bos
Mahamatra is granted by the
Mahamatra.
sages. You have no right.
So they really are up to no good.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage,
Si
the Matra are nothing more than
kayak
tools
Zita
for
ya,
the
kayak
sages to
Deslite apa
assert
ya?
and maintain their control over knowledge.
Lupa yang
The
namanya.
vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the
Terus
academia
kamu
of today.
Untuk mengasingkan, mengutus.
I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me.
Dengan begini mereka
This way,
bisa lagi
They can no
melihat
longer
lebih
see
kritis
nor
depanku.
predict my action. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I find the truth,
Oke,
Sino seems to
mantap.
have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages. Plus, now that he's no longer the General
Betul,
Mahamatra,
betul.
he somehow feels a lot less scary.
Tapi masih terlalu dini
Well,
untuk mempercayai
Sino,
dia.
if that's your story, then why did you see Al-Haytham as a target?
when I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Al-Haytham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Al-Haytham?
Oh, begitu.
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the divine knowledge capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the traveler.
Menyelidiki pengemudi.
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment,
A most enticing offer.
Tawaran yang menggiurkan.
unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all.
Sama sekali tidak
Their
mengenal.
words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed
Cuma perlu tahu
exists.
soal itu saja.
From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think
Sekali
about it.
kalau mereka
Isn't it a
berbagi
little
pengetahuan
strange
tidak
they're so
oleh
willing to
seperti
share
ilmu-ilmu
divine
dia?
knowledge with anyone,
Betul.
even as a reward? So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the divine knowledge capsule.
Lebih besar
In the
daripada
end,
bagasi dan-
I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the Had I been less guarded,
Tidak waspada,
I
risiko
probably would have
mungkin
ended up
akan
like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary,
keterbelahan.
incapable of
Ain
remaining
al-
sane
apa
for
sih?
long enough to hold a
Al-Ahmar.
conversation.
You mean
You mean.
that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
Bagaimana soal pertemuanmu denganku? Jadi kamu kerjasama denganku cuma untuk menyelidiki aku.
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the
Jangan bilang.
academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the divine knowledge capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidence.
Even though I ran into the traveler by chance, I had no
Galau,
intention of
galau.
providing assistance to the academia. You were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that
Apa yang cukup
tavern.
membuktikan kalau dia tidak bersalah?
That's true. Al-Haytham helped us out at Caravan Rebat as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
I'm willing to apologize if that's worth anything to you. I took the divine knowledge capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been proper. After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham, that
Pandit
curiosity can also lead you to danger and... Answer me this. Did the sages
Apakah
share
Sage
any
pernah
information
memberikan
about their
informasi
project with
tentang
you?
proyek?
Have I not made
Kamu?
myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence.
As you wish.
Silahkan saja.
Good. I'm glad to see you two. And now you, Dia. I
Dia.
Oh,
believe.
sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aru village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time but then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off,
Malah
and
gelut.
things went downhill from there.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style.
That's more like
Comeback
it.
deh ya.
I missed you all so much, Candace.
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures.
Creatures? In the sands?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone?
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they...
Kuat. Sok kuat anjay.
The winds died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though.
Katanya kuat.
Is she alright?
Kok belum balik?
Maybe we should go out.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried.
Katanya kuat, kok belum pulang? Harus disusul. Oh. Kita ngambilin dulu. Ngambil Dendroculus. Dendroculus. Kita tandain Dendroculus. Anak, ya Allah, monster itu doang, 2 doang, lama banget.
Candace, you're still fighting?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost.
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have...
It's been quite a while since I've seen the
Flame
Flame
Man.
Mane in action.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Let's go.
My apologies. Delves into death.
The wind knows it.
Waduh,
Here
ngelag.
comes another wave. When are they ever gonna
Videonya
let
ngelag
up?
anjir. Kok jadi ngelag?
Take flight.
Into the wind.
On the rock.
Yeah. Yeah. Whirling snow. A worthy opponent.
Can't handle your drink. Huh.
Shadows of fate.
The wind knows it.
Jing,
The
ngelag
creature stopped
di videonya.
appearing. Was that the last of them?
Anjir, parah,
What
parah,
we
parah.
fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Parah, parah.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hand. I am the chief of Aru village.
Selamat malam.
Everyone usually...
Sir, I am also originally from the desert.
I can't say they've all... Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes.
Another effect of Irminsul's withering. So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest,
Withering.
and sandstorms and
Everything in the natural world is inextricably...
Everyone in Aru village... speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper?
village keeper. Who
Village
are they?
keeper.
Village go.
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru Village
Village
refers
Keeper.
to mad scholars exiled here by the academia. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity. After the academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying, but no one in the village has ever seen them.
I've had encounters with those people in the...
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins?
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty,
Oh, you're the former General Mahamat?
Is it because you're reminded of a... But, is it really a good idea to
Dapat
tag along with
iya.
Sino?
Dan
You
aku
seem like you
ini
really
dulu.
don't...
I'll be
Ini.
grateful for the assistance. Let's start by finding a spot to...
Coba. Ini udah ini loh. Ini apa sih yang lag? Coba. Kita kesini, coba. Lah. Oh ini mah ini ya. Coba. Emang. Coba terendah. Burik, cok. Lihat. Coba kalau masih tetap nge-lag parah sih. Kalau di PC-nya gak nge-lag loh di sininya. Kenapa ya? Tuh, masih tetap patah-patah.
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation?
Disebut menjaga desa.
One of my former subordinates told me that the academia has long exiled mad scholars when mad scholars first arrive. Initially, the people of Aru village was struck by the... Suddenly, he noticed a mad... Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night. After that, the people...
A soft green
Apakah
light?
sinyalnya?
A mad scholar protecting... Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Sino...
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the academia could...
Oh, no wonder!
No
Everything
wonder.
makes sense then!
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story... So, what do you make of the story?
Penelitian gila ini begitu seperti datang dari Lesser
Really?
Lord Kusinari.
Lesser...
What? You don't believe it?
No, it's not. Lesser Lord Kusanal. The academia has always placed far great... In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise. Even if she says weird stuff sometimes.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth!
That look in your eyes.
Dia pernah melihatnya, dia tak bohong.
I've never seen that from a liar. How can this be?
Apa bisa
To
begini?
think, our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this investigation. But
dong.
easier said than done. Especially since we don't have any leads.
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
Huh?
By the sounds of it,
Apalagi
a resident of this village.
My name is Isaac.
Ishak Yakub.
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Sulaiman. Yahya Ishak.
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa
Daud
is just
Sulaiman Yahya
Grandpa.
Ishak.
Why do you have to call him that?
The person you're referring to is not a local, yet you are.
Grandpa is just Grandpa. He's my family.
Kocak sih, Cino
I
pertanyaan.
heard everything you said to the village chief. Please,
Oh,
you
kalian
gotta
bantu,
take me with
bersama
you.
kalian.
I want to
Aku
find my
mencari
grandpa.
kakek.
I
Janji
swear
bakal
I'll help.
bantu.
I won't be a
Aku tidak akan
nuisance.
merepotkan.
Ah, so you're the one who was... I was planning to go out and take care of...
Whoa. Hatham wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. Sino, he's just a kid. All he wants is to find...
Sorry, I was only listening in because I wanted to know
Nah, ayo
where...
tolong dia.
All right. But
Sino is super...
Ah, you're back already.
You pick
I
already.
just wanted to confirm something with you.
I had a feeling he'd...
Huh? You knew that?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him eavesdropping outside the... Isaac's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city. He was raised... Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isaac was still very young at the time. Severius Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isaac thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance. However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling Grandpa. So Grandpa, the next morning, it said that the Isak was
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel...
perhaps. Nearly ever. It's also my reason for fighting. I must...
Sepertinya kakek yang tak tersadarkan adalah Buddha.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate God watching over them.
Huh? What did you say, Simon?
No, nothing. As long as Esau keeps his word.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for.
Hey, Isak!
Oh, it's you guys!
We've cleared everything up. Let's...
Really?
Yang pasti kan baik-baik saja.
Alright. Let's ask the local
Selesai. Parah, perih ke mata. Cuma resolusi render 1.
Excuse me. Did you happen to see where the missing scholars went?
You mean the village keepers?
Langsung nge-lag.
Let me think. When I was eating dinner... Anything else?
Anything else? Apa ya?
The scholars that have gone.
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look...
Don't change the subject.
Right. You were asking about the but honestly, I feel quite...
Do you also think Grandpa and the others...
Grandpa?
Grandpa?
He was actually... It still feels pretty well, whatever the case.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Gotcha. Thank you. Penasaran. Tinggi. Parah, anjay mabar. Parah nggak? Masih. Oh, udah ini mah. Emang harus gini. Jangan dipaksain.
Sir, have...
Oh, well, if it isn't Isak. The last time I...
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
That's no good. I've known you since you were very...
Wow, what an...
Okay.
Huh?
Cina, kamu kenapa?
Don't say anything for now. Isak, let's head over there. Stay.
Apa? Dimulai. Ada apa?
Of course not. It's all a bunch of nonsense.
Listen, see if you.
Have you heard? The mighty King Deshret, the sovereign of our faith, will soon return to—
Yes, of course I have. King Deshret is the one and only true ruler. Still, you say he's coming.
Haven't you noticed? The Philip Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall. Isn't it a sign of King Deshret's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared?
Huh. Now that you say it.
Exactly. Those city folks will get what's coming to them.
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very.
Huh?
Who are you?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
Enjoy.
Yeah. Bro, this guy's something else.
Let's not get on his bad side, okay?
Oh, okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about King.
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that the madmen will disappear.
Hey, go on.
It's true. It's all true, sir. Would you want to live like this if you were in our place? Delavar also said that once King Deshret returns to our side, it's only a matter of time before—
Is that so?
Gitu ya.
Seems like he still wants to know more.
That's,
Keep talking.
Got it. At first, I told myself it was just the drink talking, but then all the mad scholars vanished. Please don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors. If I'm guilty, then everyone else around here is also guilty. I'm just saying what the others said.
The people here really like King Deshret, but dislike the Dendro Archon.
Where is this radical person you talked about?
I haven't run into him over the past few days, so he probably—
No, not at all. We wouldn't dare.
Sounds like you're not too close with the radicals.
No, of course not.
I have many ways to stop you from talking, so you'd best just stay home and hope I don't do anything until I've gotten to the bottom of this.
Yes, got it. We'll do just as you say.
Menurut
That scared Paimon half to death. Sino is pretty terrifying. He didn't try to reassure us at all. It's like he's used to hearing—
I heard that.
Sorry.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead. But we need— Very well.
Isak!
I'm here.
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take you there.
Let's go.
Join the Aeromites.
Grandpa? Oh, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers. Every now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa. Well, this is where Grandpa usually stays.
There sure isn't much here.
Aroma ini. Siapa kamu mencium aroma dupa?
No.
Incense? Please don't say it's— But are you okay? Are you getting dizzy or need to lie down?
There's a scent that you can sense, but I can't.
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell. Thankfully, Tainari saved the day. And then he gave us a long lecture to explain all about—
So, you know Tainari?
Huh? You know him too? Are you two friends?
Yes.
Yes.
Now that I concentrate, I can also make out the scent of incense.
Wait, surely Tainari didn't lecture you too.
No. No need.
Begitu buat cuma rumah ini.
Did you first encounter this scent at Tainari's house?
Di hutan tempat seorang pelajar sedang
In the
bermeditasi.
forest. From a
Kita
scholar.
lihat apakah penunjuk lain. Sepertinya jejak kakinya seperti masih terlihat jelas.
What are you looking for, Sino?
Here it is. Take a look right here.
Paimon doesn't seem...
Although the traces have been completely buried in the sand, there are footprints from the size and shape. They belong to an adult male. The scent is quite faint. It's still extant.
But who would come looking for Grandpa? He doesn't have any friends.
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the incense.
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent? Hey! What's wrong with liking good food?
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense, since the smell supposedly helps even deep within the clutches of madness. They still yearn for their knowledge-seeking day.
No.
So, someone's taking advantage of their weakness?
Nggak jadi short.
Are the rumors really true?
Itu satu-satunya petunjuk yang kita punya saat
Could the
ini.
disappearance of all the mad scholars have...
It's highly likely.
Kemungkinannya tidak kecil.
Please, you have to save my Grandpa.
Sounds like we'd better help get him back. Don't you worry, Isak. We will...
Let's head to Aru Village and inform Ken.
Jauh-jauh sekali, teleport sajalah.
Right. The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better.
We're back, Candace!
Malah
We've got a
ngegosip.
lot to tell you.
Ah, welcome back.
Sounds like...
Oh, Dia's here too!
You bet. So, everything goes smoothly?
Reasonably.
Reasonably.
Hatham didn't go with you?
We haven't seen him at all.
Huh. I saw him around the village entrance earlier and figured he was investigating with you.
Did you find out anything useful? I see. So someone used a kind of incense to leave the exile.
The resurrection of King Deshret? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, there aren't many. Not to mention, making incense is a labor-intensive process. It seems someone from beyond the wall
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
So what should we do then?
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. But today, didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? Well, I also like to drink at the tavern, so I know a thing or two about these radicals he mentioned.
If Paimon remembers correctly, the leader of the radicals is some guy called Delavar.
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Engur, the wide-eyed butcher, and Jabari. These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in King Deshret. Way they see it, King Deshret's resurrection is their only chance at overthrowing the academia. Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life here in the desert.
Tia, you're amazing! You really know this place
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence. Every mora I've spent in the tavern.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying right here, Sino.
Why?
Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore thumb. I'd bet word about you is all. The desert is unforgiving, so the way of life here is all. Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no action. I need to go around and ask some questions. Good, then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebot with me, and we'll try our best to figure out where the mad scholars have been.
Alright, sounds like a plan.
Alright. Alright.
Well, here we are again.
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed every.
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstorms? It was only after I grew up that I realized the wall of Samiel isn't just there to keep out the sandstorms. It serves a more. Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. To them, us desert dwellers we're cheap labor, like livestock, but easier to. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. Geniuses like Sataria are 1 in a million.
That's terrible.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
Hey, Tia.
No, not at all. Besides, we're here.
Yep, we gotta.
Shh. Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful what you say. Our mission started the moment we arrived here. Let's go check out the tavern. Maybe we'll.
Let's go check out.
Just our luck. None of them are here today.
You mean you don't see anyone?
Tia, is that you? What a coincidence. You here for a drink too?
Zaki. Finally, a friendly face.
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land? Hello, hello. I'm Zaki. Tia's, how would you put it?
We've had drinks together a few times. You could. Anyway, as far as my friends here, they aren't too shabby, are they? You rarely see any.
Absolutely. Much better than those people on the other side of the.
Yeah. Have you seen Enger, Delavar, or Jabari?
Of course I have. Matter of fact, we were all here drinking together just to.
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought.
Ah, how thoughtful of you. Then I assume you also know.
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like fam.
Yes, how considerate of you.
Ke situ.
Are we there yet?
Yep.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Oh.
Why don't you take a guess? Go on. Oh.
Oh no! It's an ambush!
Sergap.
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village? The boys have kept a close. Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also know that you've teamed up.
So, you've been watching us from the very beginning?
Uh-oh. Paimon knew leaving Sino behind was a mistake!
And you left the strongest one in the village, didn't you? Who do you think you are? You really thought we'd...
So you and Delavar have been partners all along.
Dia, I guess it's only natural for a traveling mercenary like you to... But you got one thing right. We're all looking forward to an uprising in Sumeru. There's nothing more we'd like to see than the desert folk overthrowing the...
If that's the case, then I'm sure Delavar...
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the Wall of Samiel would have convinced me that you're one of us.
Delavar. And Engar, you're here too, huh?
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary. You should have known the traitors are what—
Dia, I thought that you, a fellow desert dweller, would understand why King Deshret is greater than the Dendro Archon. Little did I know.
Yeah, gee, what a missed opportunity.
See? There you have it.
You're not wrong.
Enough talking! Get him!
Lama.
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
Following order.
New punching bag.
Decided by destiny.
Into the wind.
Beres.
Impossible! How could you?
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you say it? It's only natural for a... I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills. And of course you would believe everything he reported. Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace was the only one doing all the real fight. That so-called Flame Mane is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her That's what you thought.
You lied in the village because you...
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart. Pathetic.
Pathetic.
Okay, that should be all of them.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in...
No task can be done without preparation.
Oh, but instead...
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries.
Oh, you mean the funny name she mentioned back in Uncle Ampu's house?
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Engar and Delavar like to talk themselves. Alcohol has...
What about...
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find That's what you wanted to ask when we were at
Wait, so he's a radical too?
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the...
Wow!
Ah, you're too kind.
So, that... About how mercenaries only...
Does that bother you?
Aku merasa kamu bukan seperti orang.
What makes you so sure?
Orang seperti itu karena tanpa majikan yang memberimu, kamu masih tetap membantu kami.
Dia, do you dislike the Dendro Archon like the other desert folk?
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. I can understand her devotion and gratitude. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god would be so involved.
I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The radicals' blind belief in King Deshret, making the Dendro Archon out to be an enemy. It's all the academia.
But I see through it all. And unlike them, I can never be hostile towards anyone who's never done anything.
Dia.
Anyway, looks like we're done with business here. Traveler, lend me a hand. Let's tie him up and bring him to the village.
Dan bawa ke desa. Oke. Apa ini banyak amat?
This should be all of them. I'll let you take it.
All right.
Candace, do you need
Candace will be okay on her own. She's been guarding Aru village for quite some time now.
While I'm questioning them.
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, Traveler.
Okay.
As for these idiots, let's just hope they live.
Genyo. Jam 6.12.
Hey, Dia!
Right on time.
Apa info baru dari Kirmila itu?
We'll know any moment now.
Paimon's been wondering. You seem to know Candace.
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person. Even though she's an extremely strong warrior, she...
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial artists say, never take the fight.
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is. Us mercs, on the other hand, we pretty much live from one day to the next.
Well, Paimon thinks you're great too.
Really? Thanks for that.
Thanks for that.
Oh, Sino's here, and he's
Yes. I was here yesterday to help out a little.
to help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation.
Oh,
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Silahkan masuk.
Come on, let's go inside.
Let's go inside. Masuk ke rumah kepala desa.
Candace, where? Whoa, you look furious.
Do I? Huh. What gave it a...
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the corner.
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry. I'm sure everyone present would agree.
Yes. Please, don't beat us anymore.
Well, looks like Sino taught her well.
You fear death. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the village keepers. They are vital members of our community. And some, you come here to my village, and you treat my people as...
Mercy! Please, have mercy!
Mercy.
You've made your bed.
We may all be desert dwellers, but there's one thing that I understand. The people of Aru village care little about which god is in power. A war would only cause us to lose all that we...
We understand. We're sorry. I'll tell you everything I know, please.
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this. Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the
They're called village keepers. Slip up again, and you'll regret it.
Yes, so it was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread the word about King Deshret's resurrection and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll...
That's one.
Huh? One what?
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then, you die by my hand.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. We don't know anything. It was...
2.
He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take them to a junction outside the village. Then the mystery guy takes them from there. You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear. Just ask them if you don't believe me.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
Traveler, go on. Apa kalian tahu siapa kira-kira pria misterius
You have
ini?
to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not risking another beating to keep his secrets. No way. That guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to...
I believe I may know what's going on.
Uncle Anpu.
Smooth.
Okay, speak.
If my suspicions are correct, this mystery man they speak of some time ago, people from the academia It strikes me now that this...
Which means it's highly likely that the academia was purposely... They were the ones who brought them here to begin with. Now...
Not the academia again.
Just as I... But what could they want with the village keepers?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the academia. A change in their plans likely... Regardless, our top priority now is locating the village keepers.
You're right.
Alright.
Isaka's still waiting.
Time to go. Let's leave the village and try to track them down.
Yes. Pack up.
You got it. Candace, I'll let you deal with the radicals. Leave everything outside the village to us.
All right.
Let's meet back here once everyone's ready.
Alhamdulillah. Ngobrol lagi. Pasti ngobrol lagi.
Let's get some food in us and then we'll... Whoa! Where did you come from?
Well, as you can see, I am merely sitting here and review.
You were gone for ages! And now you're suddenly sitting here musing? Hey, what's with...
You never think things through before asking questions.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname! Never mind. There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy.
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. So clearly, I stayed in the village to... Anyway, you plan to leave Aru Village and keep searching for the truth of this matter.
Yep. We're not gonna... Enough with the silent treatment!
Beda lagi waktu buat kita mikir.
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up.
All Haytham, you haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru Village. Bold of you to question our choice.
Yeah, you're all talk!
While you were investigating, I had my own work to do, which I've now...
Really? Paimon doesn't believe...
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you of my whereabouts. Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some important information that you all had missed.
Huh? Right here in the village?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But, before that...
What does that mean?
How do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single word the villagers tell us?
You mean, some of them lied to us?
Hiding the truth does not necessarily equate to lying. Again, these people... Remember what Candace said? Most people in Aru Village don't necessarily care which deity is in charge of Sumeru. By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you without good reason. That's why you believe... Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, she's been... The reason being, to someone who only wants to live their life in peace...
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You...
Don't change the subject.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino's authority and strength.
Right. You were asking about the I mean...
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are King Deshret fanatics in the village. If she sounds too friendly towards the village keepers, she could easily...
I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night.
Remember? She made a point of denying her involvement in anything that occurs at night.
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past.
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru village at night. In other words,
Then why would she?
by getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself. As for why she might be so wary about...
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me. If so, it's best if I stay out.
We're on it.
Kiclik. Ketuk pintu. Ketuk bukan naik, waduh.
Miss Shawnee, as we discussed earlier, I've brought someone with me.
Mr. Alhaitham, I'm aware of where you stand, but...
Huh? What do you mean? We need to clear up.
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll get the answers you want. Go on. Earn her...
Is it really that simple?
May I call you Traveler?
Boleh. Hai Nona. Tani.
Hi, Traveler. I want to ask you something. Do you think the resurrection of King Deshret can truly change Sumeru for the better?
Tidak.
Why is that?
Karena akan menyebarkan konflik.
That's very similar to what Miss Candace says. I know you two are friends. That's why I'm willing to talk to you, even though I do have some... Before, I wouldn't even have the courage to ask something like that. Traveler, do you believe our lives will get better?
Tidak bisa menjamin, tapi aku akan mengusahakan yang terbaik.
Yeah! We came here from another nation, so it isn't wrong of you to be weary. But even so, we've met lots of people from different places, and we have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help them. That's why we decided to...
I want to trust you. My apologies for posing my questions like that. To be honest, I didn't expect you to come back for more information.
Alhaitham told us you have your reason.
The fact is that only one side of my family is desert folk. Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in King Deshret.
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they...
Yeah. Some people can be so... Slowly, I just stopped talking to people. And then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with no explanation.
You can tell them. I'm sure he'll keep your secret.
All right. I'll tell you what I told Alhaitham. I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Sometimes...
There are ghosts?
Hantu.
Perhaps. I'm not sure. It's faint, but it's definitely the sound of... It used to be louder and more frequent. But ever since you arrived in the village, it doesn't seem to happen as often. And when it does, it's much quieter. I have to focus really hard to make...
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a good ear, and he's heard similar... But, because we're in the middle of a desert, he would rather believe that they are the cries of beasts than ghosts.
There's really nothing around these parts.
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar.
Yeah!
Rumah sakit. Jauh banget, 300 meter kedengeran. Udah gila. Gila kali ya. 300 meter loh dari sono. Kedengeran. Ada saja. Tembak.
I'm here.
Roll me. Nyangkut.
Oh, is this the place? It's in terrible shape, and there's sand everywhere. Ah, monsters! Watch out!
Kalahkan semua monster. Oke.
Let me scribe.
The wind knows me.
Delve into death. Take flight.
Oh, biar.
Dishonored. Shadows of fate.
Waduh.
Delve into death.
As one with wind and cloud.
Whirling snow. Fate is upon you.
One with nature.
My apologies. Sakura swirl.
Aduh, kebuang ultinya coy.
They were easier to deal with than Paimon had expected. Super strong bandits? Or monsters tough? He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
Agent 2.
This is the one.
This is the one. Terbuka. Apa sih?
Let's go in and take a look.
Gimana? Apa sih?
Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then...
Until then.
I'm taking a break.
And just like that, he sits down. What are you reading? Let Paimon...
Okay, sure.
Huh? The natural position, which is the positional propensity of an entity in natural motion.
So, you got that?
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya. How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this.
Kadang baca buku juga perlu.
Hey, Paimon's your Tibet travel guide. And anyway, it's not Paimon's fault that the books people read in Sumeru. Paimon's getting so sleepy.
Nani?
Huh? What was that sound?
There it is. It's coming from that direction.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
It's from below.
But there's no window.
Something is off about the interior here.
Nani? Nani kore? Squishy dame.
As I thought. There's a...
Wow. It's like they tucked another hospital in... Oh, it looks like there are other mechanisms.
Waduh, sakit perut.
I'll ensure your safety.
Apa ini? Kita balik lagi aja. Jauh lagi coy. Menang ke sini lah. Aduh, sakit perutnya.
That's close enough.
Yeah! Whirling snow!
Into the wind.
Hi! Yeah!
I'll be back.
Yeah! Take flight! On a rock!
The wind knows me.
Halo. Squishy dame. Squishy dame. Squishy dame.
Look at you, Boozle!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night into the wind.
Pew pew!
Waduh.
Yeah!
One with nature.
Squishy dame. Squishy dame. Anjir, mati langsung.
Clouds high. The birds call.
On a rock! My apologies! Diana Special!
Diana Special. Udah. Segitu doang. Squishy dame. Squishy dame.
It is as the stars.
Apa ini? Nanda Korea. Wow, dapat lagi. Bentar ya. Squishy dame. Ini kok nggak sakit? Nggak sakit. Pantesan. Siapa yang ganti-ganti? Bajingan yang ganti, sungguh. Mana? Yanpei. Bener ini Yanpei. Ini nih. Ini juga ini coy. Apa sih ini? Kayak caking, feeling bonus. Aduh, tai. Kok acak-acakan gini? Ini apa? Parah. Begini sih pantesan gak sakit. Aduh. Oke, sini dulu aja lah. Kayak ini. Oke, yang nyampe. Ini sih. Ini kira-kira. Udah. Ya. Parah.
Look, there's someone over there. Good idea.
Dokter gila.
Wait. You're...
He can't speak, and his eyes are... Also, why is he...
Didn't expect to see him here.
You know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the academia.
He's a scholar, too?
No. And Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never... Leaving that question aside, looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a...
Loaded with...
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry. The symptoms are identical.
Huh? Why do you say that?
Allow me to jog your memory.
They say that.
Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Familiar?
Oh, now that you mention it, there are...
Correct. The academia is... It isn't difficult to deduce the rash. First, these rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals needed, as well as being able to... Life for the desert dwellers has been... Many would give everything they have for... Even if complications arise, people will see that the notion of an academia plot wouldn't even cross their mind.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It's in line with the village chiefs, but there's still one very important question. Wasn't it the academia that brought the scholars to Aru village in the first place? Why does it want them back now?
Throughout this process, one thing has changed. The scholars' identity. First, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were... An exile is still patently a living... If you can't find someone...
Resource?
One possibility...
Extracted?
With the technology of the... Perhaps the
So, the human brain...
I'm the academia scribe. Anyway, judging by Razak's state, or perhaps his curiosity... The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer. That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge, however, the academia is I've spent quite some time trying to...
You mean you're not even...
All scholars seek to extracting information from people as...
Sounds like you're really against all this.
Of course. The whether it be academics or knowledge, this matter needs to be corrected. Just like fixing a typo in a book.
Wait! Didn't you step in to help because you felt sympathy for those...
Not to be callous, but no. My criteria are a little more there is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru. And this...
Probably not.
Probably.
You can say that. The divine knowledge capsule is something
Paimon's been wanting trying to say that.
Anjing lama banget.
Though I must say, I quite enjoy this feeling of being. Uniqueness is also an asset, is it?
Wow, that's a great way to think about it.
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. He won't last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with us. We'll work out our next step after we return to Aruville.
Alright.
We're back!
You must be tired. You should rest. and take-
What's the situation?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather. Nevertheless, he's one of the people we're trying to find.
So, at one point in time, the abandoned Elazar Hospital served as the Academia's site for extracting divine cant knowledge.
Yep, pretty much.
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru Village, since divine cant knowledge has been yet. They fled once we were headed to the village.
Yeah, why is that?
We may have a mole in our midst. One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts to the Academia.
Siapakah itu?
Are our friendships that shallow?
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue. Sino, you're the reason why they can predict our movements.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Choose your next words very carefully.
It is simply a logical inference. I have my reasons.
So what you're saying is... Sino's the mole. Interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one, Al-Haytham. Since you...
I know.
I know.
You have a point. But I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra? As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, you are required to have all the facts available, including the less than savory details. Simply put, the Academia has if you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure that you can avoid its bite.
The Academia is monitoring me?
It's not that simple. The Academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have a special protocol for dealing with you. Every so often comes a Nyagarbaha Day. On this day, the Academia enters new information into the Akasha through knowledge capsules. I remember seeing a thick notebook next to the control panel once. Its contents were all about the General Mahamatra, his activities throughout the day, preferred methods of enacting judgment, everything.
You're saying that the Academia entered my information into the Akasha too? But what's the point in doing that? My actions aren't important enough to be added into the Akasha.
The Akasha is capable of computation. The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would depart, the route you would follow, your destination. It knew all of this.
It predicted my every move.
The Academia has been watching you longer than you think. However, the fact that you resigned is proof that their suspicions were well-founded.
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to his principles so strongly that he's actually a thorn in their side. Tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the Academia. They need scholars who are easily pliable and mindlessly go after anything they can profit from. Sino, don't take it to heart. This just proves how much of a trustworthy ally you are.
They escaped because of me.
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements, then I might be able to guess where they went.
Whoa, you bounced back fast.
There is always an opportunity for safety after danger passes.
Oh, so that's how it is! Paimon gets it now! If the Academia is trying to avoid Sino, then the safest place... Yep, that's right!
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going. I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys! After...
Please, wait! I want to go too!
You want to go too? If so...
I want to find Grandpa. I promise.
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Baiklah.
Yay! Let's go! Paimon feels like we're missing someone.
Stay here. Kemana itu? Itu kemana? Kemana ini?
Scry the sky.
Apa? Kulus.
The wind knows me.
So, where do we go from here?
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
I know the desert like the back of my hand.
Is that because you play here a lot?
Yep. One time, Grandpa almost got lost in the desert, but I was the one who brought him back.
There's something here. What's this?
It's buried in the sand. Looks like we'll need to roll up our sleeves.
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work. Okay.
These are likely fragments of an Academia-developed device. Looks like there were more than one village keeper. They must have... Let's split up and search the area.
Is this what we're searching for?
This is definitely a device used to
How did it end up buried in the sand? They must have been attacked along the...
Wait, what?
Grandpa, I hope you're okay.
Don't worry, your grandpa's gonna be fine.
Razak didn't
We should be able to catch up.
One more thing. I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone far.
Ugh, but running on sand is so tiring.
But you're flying, aren't you, Paimon? Is flying over sand tiring too?
Ugh, of course it is.
Gimana nih? Oh, di atas.
Voices, over there. It sounds like an argument.
Whoa, you have really good ears.
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen in.
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be plenty of room for us to...
You're one of us. We would never lie.
Scholars. You don't know as much as I do. Need me to...
I knew.
Dia? Why would you? Dia! Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa? Why are...
Well, look who's here.
This complicates things.
You've betrayed Aru village?
So, this is the great General Ma. Dear, you'd be better off as my assistant than hanging around with this motley crew.
I'm not the type that's easily swayed, Raman. You of all people should know that.
Wait, what's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
Shut it, Paimon.
It doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing can deter us from the grand mission of resurrecting King Deshret.
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than anyone. Have all your years as a...
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of King Deshret. Whether I...
It's not too late yet. The village keep... Mad scholars aren't gonna bring King Deshret back to life.
You don't understand, my dear lady. Pursuing our faith is our purpose in life. Even if the chance of success is 1 in a million, we must be willing to give everything we have.
Even if it'll expose you to the academia? Even if they end up disbanding the Aram...
Yes. We've waited a long time for this day to come. The sun and the moon know what these scholars in our custody will stomp the academia.
Ridiculous. Think about... If you still don't believe me, then try asking these 2 men. They're also against the
They look more like pawns of the academia to me. Filthy traitors. Your god abandoned all honor and betrayed...
It's impossible to communicate with someone so hostile. Perhaps we should...
Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the academia? These people have no value as bargaining chips. But these scholars were exiled from the academia. I, on the other hand, am their current scribe, and will be a much...
Wait, you can't be serious.
So, you want to trade places with the hostages, do you?
Precisely. Any wise person would gladly accept my offer.
What are you thinking? What if they decide to kill you instead?
Well, that would be bad luck for me. However, I'd get the chance to observe...
Think you can talk me over with...
I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm using this as a means of joining forces against the...
You are the scribe. What do you have against the academia?
Not all desert dwellers believe in King Deshret, and the same applies to the academia. Why must all knowledge seekers approve...
You academia scum. Every last one...
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said?
I never make empty promises.
You know you're making a dangerous decision.
I do.
Good. Raman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can't take the followers of the Dendro Archon at their word.
We've known each other for years.
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their honesty with my right arm. Come on, Raman, don't be a coward. If you're serious about taking on the academia, you need to steel yourself.
An arm from the flame maid. What if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. We're mercs. And mercs don't tend to live long unless they have their...
You're not wrong, but this is different. I promised my friends that we'd bring back the village...
Let's do it right here, then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
Don't listen to him! He's not even trying to negotiate!
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. 1 arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Raman, I'm...
Sure. Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
No! Dia! What are you gonna do? Think of something!
You don't have to go this far.
That's not for you to decide.
Do it!
Dia! Run!
Wow, dramatis. Cet.
Stop!
What's wrong? Can't do it?
Flame Mane, you and I are both desert folk. Cutting off your arm is no different than cutting off my own finger. You've shown me that you're serious. Go on now, take your friends and leave. Meet.
Phew. I was really counting on him not going through.
Dia! That was crazy! Have you all lost your minds? What if he'd actually...
Then I just have to hold my claymore with my left arm. Okay, I'm sorry. But sometimes when you're out on a limb...
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal with the likes of them. If it came down to it, you would not lose to them either.
I don't doubt it, Sino. But this is about more than me and them. Even if we got rid of one bunch of radicals, there are others out there.
As you wish.
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put and listened. I should have trusted you.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find your grandpa, so I'll do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes? You just might be scholar material.
Huh? Are you serious?
The Eremites once said that I was a lunatic. Perhaps...
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself? Okay, let's get moving.
Let's keep moving.
There are leaves around.
Okay, so.
And I know. Just the two to accompany them, if you wish to hear it. Follow the wind.
Follow the wind.
You're all here so early.
Looks like we have everyone here. Isak, are you sure you want to come with us?
I'll watch from a safe distance. Dia, I want to be there to bring Grandpa home.
Okay, let's go then.
Dia, wait.
What's the matter?
I heard that you were quite reckless yesterday. No more of that today, understood? Or I'll be very...
Fine.
Jauh sekali.
Time to go. One with nature. The wind knows me. I follow the wind. Into the wind.
Huh. They got here before.
Uh-oh. Is it because Paimon overslept by 5 minutes?
Is everything ready?
Absolutely. You brought fewer people than I imagined.
Bring him over.
Grandpa! Why is there only...
Raman, I've always thought of you as a man.
It's a 1-for-1 exchange. And let me put it this way. Agreeing to any kind of deal with the Dendro Archon's people is already...
You stay right there!
Playmate! What do you think you're doing?
Grandpa!
Don't you see this blade here?
coward. Why are your hands shaking?
Wait a second! It's a earthquake!
Apa nih?
Paimon's dizzy.
This day's going
The sand dune collapsed. I saw an energy field. It glowed green with dendro. Just like you said. The dendro archon.
Grandpa? Grandpa?
Hey, look around.
Did there used to...
It seems that when the sand dune the symbols on the gate belonged to it could have been an underground palace in the distance.
Oh, a miracle. Praise King
What's he doing here?
They must have fallen down here with them. Most of them seem in really bad shape, except for him.
Mind your head.
No, this isn't the time for conflict. Our exalted lord...
He's not actually gonna go in...
As it happens, I want to take a look inside too.
What are you doing?
Don't you think it's curious? 1 minute, 2 major deities are...
Paimon thought you weren't interested...
Indeed. And my new discoveries are always...
Raman, what are you gonna do about...
I'll just let them lay here.
It's full of life here. This defies comprehension.
Yeah! And there's so many plants. It's so...
Sir Raman.
What, huh?
Do you see another Raman here?
Are you mocking me? What do you...
Interpret it however you want. But there's something I'd like to draw your attention.
Whatever you say.
There's nothing to be angry about.
It does seem kind of strange.
Let's go!
Let me scry. Shadows of fate.
The wind knows me.
Yeah. Whirling snow.
One with nature.
Look at you, Boomtail!
Delve into destiny.
The wind knows me.
Let me scry.
One with nature.
My apologies. Yeah. Ha. Shadows of fate.
Into the wind.
Whirling snow. Yeah.
one with nature. Time to go.
Oh ini. Iya bentar lagi, bentar. Susah-susahnya dong. Nggak ada petunjuk. Oh ini sing tombolnya. Oh begitu tuh. I see.
Into the wind. Fallen leaves adorn my...
My apologies. Kamisato art. Sumetsu. Delve into death. Take flight. Wow. Mana ini?
Now that's a sight to see. King Deshret's splendor surrounds us.
There's so much vegetation here. It's different than what I expected.
Sure are a lot of plants for a desert.
That's what I call divine providence of King Deshret.
It's getting brighter! Oh, it looks so beautiful!
Wait, what's that?
A load of flowers! And it looks like there's something among them.
These are...
They left something behind.
What does it say?
Here lies our faithful. His wisdom is a miracle.
You can read ancient...
Of course. Every student needs to master at least 20 languages.
He's not serious.
There's still something off about the scent of life.
Is this it?
Analyzing.
There seems to be a hidden message. Excellent. There's a
Isn't sharing...
Yes. You'll understand after watching it.
Civilization is born of knowledge, but so too can knowledge be its demise. A disaster caught us unaware. It was knowledge that did not belong to this world. King Deshret brought this forbidden knowledge into our world, and it quickly spread like a plague. People's minds were filled with crazed whispers. Dark gray scales spread across their bodies. Even the land was stripped of its vigor. Only a desperate, deathly silence remained. Were it not for greater Lord Rukkhadevata from the forests, the damage would have been irreversible. She summoned the priests to build temples and infused into them the divine power of life. The disaster was miraculously tempered, and the embers of our civilization were preserved in Aru village. Alas, the miracle could not last. As long as forbidden knowledge continued to exist, it would forever blight this world. In the end, the proud king of the desert, my eternal lord, chose to sacrifice himself. I have spent my whole life since guarding one of these many temples. But now, my duty is coming to an end. As I close my eyes for the final time, the sight of that noble deity will appear in my vision once more. In helping King Deshret to eradicate forbidden knowledge, she exhausted her strength, and her form became that of a small child. How strange. Now that I think of her, I no longer have any fear of death, for I sense that the spirit of life will abide with me during my eternal sleep. Children of the desert, cling no longer to past grievances, but hold tight to the memory of this act of benevolence.
What was that?
The priest's memory.
No. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata.
But this doesn't make...
Was that the former Dendro Archon? She became so...
You might be distrustful of the Akasha, but there's no... You've just witnessed...
I've never heard about any...
The surviving followers of King Deshret all gathered in Aruville. King Deshret's death.
We saw her as nothing more than a traitor.
You were blinded by your prejudice.
If I hadn't seen this for myself, if I hadn't how could I ever begin to accept this? The truth...
Raman, give it a rest. You're starting to make a fool of yourself.
Dia, my Aramites and I.
Hey, how you doing?
I'll live. I should probably go.
What's your next move gonna be?
Oh, I know what you're going to ask. But please, give me some...
It's not gonna be easy.
Well, I guess that's for me to deal with. Dia, this is where I...
When would be a good time for...
Tomorrow. And I'll return every last one of...
You seem to finally understand that our...
Yes. The gods never gave up on...
That must have been rough, but he...
Raman's no fool. Being the leader of your own faction in the desert is no... It's too bad he was held back by his belief in King Deshret.
The outcome, at least, is favorable.
We should get going too. Let's head back. Sino, we're leaving!
Stop yelling.